calling anybody anything. My only problem is when it comes to like doxing people on social media.
What do you mean?
So like with Twitter, if someone transitions, you can grab whatever you want.
I know. I
see you keep eyeing over there. Grab
like,
it. Do whatever.
Should I
grab
take
whatever
another?
you want.
Should I not take another?
Our little wet bar over here.
It's like I was very shocked.
So on Twitter, if someone transitions and you refer to them as the gender that they started as,
yeah,
or the name that they had,
their dead name.
Their
Is that
dead
what you're
name.
referring to?
Yeah, you get banned off Twitter. I think that's a little outrageous.
Okay, it depends. I have an answer to this one. It depends if it's in a malicious way or not. If it's in a fucking malicious way and you're doing it on fucking purpose it's called purposeful misgendering. If you're purposely misgendering someone because you don't respect their identity, you don't believe them, or you don't whatever, yeah, you're gonna get fucking banned off Twitter. You're a dick. However, because they are a woman or they are a man, he goes by he, she goes by she. Period at the end of the day. Like, that's it. And that's why it's like, okay. However, if you make a mistake and you're like, blah, 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 and you slip a he and you're like, oh, shit, sorry, I mean she. Like, or people correct you and you're like, my bad. I'll correct myself in the future. There's the intent is very, very different. Because there are people on fucking Twitter that I do see that will, like Nikita, for example, Nikki Tutorials, these transgender women, and they're like, fuck you, you're a man. Or like, he's a piece of shit. Like, purposely misgendering these people just because they don't respect that they're trans, they don't respect their identity, they don't respect anything about them, pretty much. That is where it becomes a problem. Because you're purposely being a cunt.
Yeah, but if you call somebody a cunt on Twitter, you don't get banned.
Well, I'm going to call them a cunt. If you're going to be out here calling someone purposely misgendering someone just because you don't believe in... I guess you don't believe in that? I'm not even sure why people misgender people on purpose. But, like, I just, like... That's when we're going back to... This goes back to why trans women get so much fucking heat from people. Because, like... people don't view them as women when they're women.
But does that matter?
What do you mean?
Like
their gender? Their pronouns?
How other people perceive them. Like if I say I'm a dog, or okay, I don't know how this is gonna sound because I'm working through this thought as I'm about to say.
That's fine. You might say something insulting, but I might call you out on it. So I'm just letting you know.
If I say I am a purple dragon. That one looked a little strong. If I say I'm a purple dragon and you say, no, you're not, does that give me the right to call you a fucking fascist or a fucking homophobe? Are you telling me
that you're a purple dragon because you genuinely, wholeheartedly, you're like, internally, I feel like I am a dragon and I am a purple dragon specifically. And you're like...
But does that matter?
Yes, because okay, this is like, we'll use me as an example.
Okay.
For me, sometimes I'm like, fuck, sometimes I'm a man. When I tell you that, what do you think?
Good for you?
Not good for me. No, think about it. Like, when I tell you I'm a man, what are you thinking? Like, when you look at me, what do you perceive?
No, I would say cool.
No. I need
That's
you
what
to...
I would say.
No.
I feel like you're trying to dig for something. What is the answer you're looking for?
The answer I'm looking for is like...
No, you're not. You're a woman?
You're perceiving me still as a woman.
No, is that what you would want? Is that what you're trying to dig at?
No. I'm like, you're perceiving me still as a woman, though, right? And consciously, you may still be perceiving me as a woman, even though I'm like, well, right now, I identify as a man. Like, I'm pretty gender fluid. I'm kind of on this side of the fluidity right now. Feeling more masculine. I'm feeling more in my masculinity. And right now, I'm in, like, I feel more like a man right now. For you, you could still be perceiving me as, like... You could still be perceiving me as, like, a woman. Because right now, I'm very feminine presenting to you. Like, I'm, like, hair, the jewelry, the dress, all of that. Right now, I'm very feminine. But, like... Even in the way you are consciously perceiving me, subconsciously, when you address me, if I'm like, I want to be addressed as he right now because I am emotionally and mentally here. When it comes to that, it's like the back to the purple dragon thing. I would respect it, and if you respect me and you acknowledge my gender identity, and you acknowledge that I, right now, which I'm not, but if I were right now, like, yeah, I'm definitely more in a masculine and feel like a man right now, you're like, okay, that's where you're at in the fluidity, therefore I'll refer to you as he, and like, you are a man right now, and that's that. It's really just that is that. It doesn't matter on, like, if you got a penis or a vagina, it doesn't fucking matter. It's like, that is that. Eventually I'm like, all right, Nick, good morning. I'm back to feeling more feminine today. You know, you can refer to me as she, her, or they, like whatever, and then that's that. It's kind of like that. Because if you were to come to me like, Felicity, I identify as like this purple dragon or whatever the fuck, whatever you tell me, identify as.
But why does it matter how I perceive you? Because that's not a reflection of you. If you perceive me as dumb, that doesn't make me dumb. That doesn't change.
That's a characteristic, though. That's not me as a person. I'm like, being a woman is not a characteristic. Being a man is not a characteristic. That is who I am. I'm a man. I'm a woman. I'm both in my scenario.
But if you can, okay, in your specific situation where you're gender fluid, doesn't that make it a characteristic? Because you're.
No, because I didn't get a choice. I mean, it wasn't like, it's not something I can like, because you can change characteristics. You can work on behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Characteristics and behavior are things that can be changed.
Okay, but skin color is a characteristic you can't change.
You can definitely get tanner.
Yeah, but if I'm black, I can't get white.
But that's the thing, you're white. You're white. You're just white. You can't go into your genetics and reshift your like.
But you can get tan.
You can get tan if you want to. If you want, you're like, I'm kind of pale. I want to express myself in a darker color. You're not gonna go out and tell people you're fucking black though, because you can't change your genetics. You can't change your epigenetics. You can't change your race.
But if you can go from male to female, that's a change.
It's not a change though, because
it's a change. But it's not. It's not complicit. You're not saying I want to be a male, so I'm a male. Take another shot.
Yeah, it's not like I want to be a male. I don't exactly. I didn't want this. It's just something that it is.
It's still a change because at one point you were a female, and then now at this point you're a male.
I don't know if I would call it a change. It's more like a realization.
Okay, but you're changing your realization.
I don't get to change the realization.
Okay, dog. But we can say there is a change. Because either you're male or you're female at one instant in time. You can't be both.
When I'm gender fluid, I'm usually one or the other.
Yeah,
Some people are androgynous and go by they and are non-binary, so they're like neither.
Okay, well, taking that out for a second. Because I'm trying to...
Okay.
We're trying to make a point here. Why does my problem is forced compliance. So I don't agree with someone purposely misgendering them or being a dick, but I don't think you should be able to punish that person for being a dick. Does that make sense? Because my perception of you doesn't affect you unless you let it. Like, if you call me an asshole, I'm not going to be like, man, I'm an asshole. I'm going to be like, no. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. So if I identify as a male or if I identify as a female and somebody calls me the opposite, why does that matter? Because it doesn't affect me.
But it does affect those people because
but that's a choice.
That for them to be affected?
Yeah.
Well, obviously how you react to scenarios, it's like, it's entirely up to you. But in these scenarios, it's like when you have someone and they're just purposely misgendering you, it's because they don't look at you like that. They don't look at you like you are.
Yeah, but why does it matter how they look at you? Like, why do, if I'm in that situation and I'm trans, why do I have to force someone else to perceive me the way I want them to?
You technically don't have to, but the thing about it is when it comes to being a trans woman and having someone purposely just be like, fuck you, you're a man, just because you have a penis still. Like, everything, most of the time, it's like, you're very female presenting, whatever the fuck, or even then, it shouldn't matter, but it's like, most of the time, they look at them and like, at first glance or first look, they're like, their brain goes, female. Until they learn for some reason that they have a penis and now they're like, you're not a female. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So it's like when they purposely be a dick and they're just like, obviously a lot of trans women have built very thick skin and they've become jaded because it's like so many people are misgender on purpose. They do all these things on purpose. Specifically, for what reason, I don't know. Because they don't believe them, because they don't
should they be
that.
Punished for that? Should they be removed from Twitter for that? That's what I don't think is right.
It's like, if you're purposely misgendering someone and you're being a dick, it goes into the area, it's just like when you're fucking racist. When you're just blatantly being racist to someone. It's harmful and it's hateful, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they should be removed either.
See, that's where we differentiate. Mm-hmm. I don't really care if they're removed or not unless it's like very much mentally affecting someone and they're not stopping. If they're not stopping and they're purposely misgendering, they're purposely following them on social media accounts and they're fucking harassing them, I think they should be removed because they're just harmful. This is where we go into the fact it's like there's not a problem until they're doing harm. People misgendering and people doing these things are causing harm. They're causing harm onto somebody else. And the thing about it is,
But
yeah, you cannot...
harm is subjective. That's my problem. Because anything could be harm. You saying, say, I don't know, think of something. Say you kept saying the color purple, and I said, you saying the color purple brings me physical harm. Or mental harm.
Yeah, it could be a trigger for you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to say purple.
No. See, this is where it goes. If you're like, Felicity, the color purple is bringing me, like, mental anguish. I'm getting triggered by this. This is something, like, I'm going to... If I give a fuck about you, and, like, I care... Okay, here's two things. There's three scenarios.
Okay, time out. If I don't know you, and we're exchanging on... Say we're both I don't really know how Twitter works. So if we're tweeting on the same thread, and I say something about purple, and then you comment below that and say, saying purple offends me, and then I say purple again.
Yeah, you're purposely being a cunt.
Yeah, but people can be assholes. That's part of life.
It sucks.
It sucks. I get that.
You
shouldn't be punished for that.
A lot of people, like, I don't know how Twitter works with removing
I love
people.
this. I feel like we're getting deep right now.
It's fine, but it's like, sir, like, for example, there are people on TikTok. I'm more prominent in the TikTok scene and how things work.
Good, because I know nothing. I've never been on TikTok.
I'm not on Twitter as much as I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok a lot. So I'm on TikTok, and the thing about it is it's like, how do I phrase this? It's... They're being an asshole by saying the color purple again to purposely trigger you. And that is, but the thing is, you've expressed, you're like, this is causing me harm. So if someone's purposely coming back, and they're purposely doing this thing to upset you, correct? They're being an asshole, yeah. Yeah. How they go about banning people for these things, it's like... I don't know how they go about Twitter when it comes to banning. Like, what does it take? I don't know if people get reported at some point.
Dead naming is enough. That's a big one. If you dead name once, you're done. Doesn't matter if it's intentional or by mistake. You're off the platform.
Well, it's just not respecting someone's identity. And you could, like, the thing about it is, it's like...
But is that enough of a reason?
To ban someone? I think you should have every right to block somebody. And,
yeah, block somebody? That's great. You want to block everybody who you disagree with? Do whatever you want. But removing somebody from the platform and restricting their speech, I think, is my problem.
It's...
Because of how they made you feel. Like, that's dicey. That can become...
It's not even, like, how they made you feel. They're just, like, blatantly ignoring who you are.
But that's a feeling. That's affecting your feelings.
Yeah, but they're gonna go and do that with a whole bunch of other people then too, and then you're looking at someone who's like causing massive amount of damage.
Okay, this is gonna be a better example. I've seen people, get removed from the platform for saying, "Do you want to?"
I'm like thinking about it, but I'm like, I don't know.
That's why this is there. We might be out of tequila. There's
disgusting.
Gin. There's vodka. I've got some. Shout out to Abe Stevens. We've got some hemp infused vodka.
I'm okay not getting high.
So no, there's no THC. It's just vodka. It's hemp flavored. Yeah.
That's weird. We'll go with Jameson. It's
fine. Okay, solid.
But anyways, it's
okay. Wait. I've got a good thing. You can get banned for expressing ideas. So if we were in Twitter, on Twitter,
yes,
and I said, I don't think that. Hypothetically, if someone said, I don't think that trans women are women, just expressing that idea or opening up that discussion, you can get banned for the idea.
Yeah, because they are women.
But who says? Who says they are and who says they're not?
Because they are women. They identify as women. I don't really know, but they're women. It's like that.
But that's a subjective choice that you're making.
To not know. They're not choosing to be a woman.
Because who says women are women?
Okay, now you're just getting weird and
this is where it can go, and that's what my problem is.
Because, well, that's the thing. If you're looking on this, like, overall grand scheme of things, and you're like, who says women and women? Who says men are men? Like, because most people, unlike you, unfortunately, people don't think in this very broad sense.
Which is a problem.
Which is, like, you're looking at it from, like, you're looking at it from, like, a philosophical viewpoint. You're like, who says what is what? Who says the number one means number one? Who means number 5 means number 5? We've put quantitative things onto those numbers, for example. When we go back onto trans women and these things, you're looking at the mass majority of people comparatively to you.
Okay, I've got a great point. What if I said, "What do you believe in God?"
Me?
Yeah.
I believe in a God.
Okay, do you believe in Jesus?
No.
Okay, so if you said on Twitter, "I don't believe in Jesus," and that offends me, should you be banned from TikTok?
No, because it's religious.
Okay, but what's the difference between that and sexuality? It's a thing. What if I
Sexuality
vehemently...
isn't a choice.
But religion might not be a choice.
Religion is 100% like a thing you believe in. It is listen, when you go into, unless you're like brainwashed, you have the freedom to believe in what you believe in. That's what our whole shtick
Okay,
is about.
but believing that a trans woman is a woman is a belief of
That's
some
not a
sort.
belief, because a trans woman is a woman.
But you believe that.
That's not a belief. It is a thing.
Yeah,
That
but
a trans woman's a woman.
in order for you to make that connection, you have to believe it. If I say I am a man, I have to believe that I'm a man, right?
No, because you're a man.
But that's because we believe that. I feel like we're splitting hairs, but the point we're at the point. If you wanting me to behave,
That was rough.
wanting me to fit, or somebody wanting someone else to fit in a box that they want them in is the problem.
I don't think it's too much to ask for women to just be like, hey, can you please call me by the correct pronouns and preferred name, please?
But why should someone have to change their speech patterns to make you feel better? That's the root cause of this.
It's, how is it making them feel better? It's like the mutual amount of respect. I'm not going to be around calling you a her. You might not care, but other people are going to care.
True.
Like,
but why should it matter? If someone is a guy, I'm a guy, and someone calls me a girl.
You think that's silly, but for someone who's come from a background where...
But if they're truly a guy, it doesn't matter, because they're a guy.
They do think it's silly. And I mean, like I said, a lot of trans women they'll just dismiss people who say stupid shit like that.
That's how it should be.
How many people are coming up to you calling you a girl, though?
That doesn't change anything.
No, it does. How many people are coming to you a girl? How many people have come up to you and been like...
If 1 million people called me a girl, I'm still not a girl.
But you're looking at this massive amount of people who don't respect trans women for the fact they're women, and it's a large population.
But how many people don't respect Christianity? How many people don't respect Islam?
Nobody's going out fucking beating the fuck out of Christians. I don't think
Christians have been persecuted.
Very rarely do Christians get persecuted. People shit on Christianity now.
Well, throughout history, anybody in any religious sect has been persecuted. But this is the thing, is it's a feeling. I want you to call me these certain things, and if you don't, you get removed from the platform. That's my problem. I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying dead naming is a good thing, or being an asshole is a good thing. But somebody saying something to you like that, words only have power if you give them power.
Okay, I don't think a lot of like African American folk want to feel people oppressing them by calling them the N-word or any of those things. I don't think anybody... So, like, you can allow someone to be a racist online if you want to. That's fucking harmful, though. It comes to the fact of when you discuss harm, and you're right, harm is a subjective thing, but in a world where we want to be progressive towards accepting people for who they are, being a very inclusive, and this is why...
But life is harmful.
Life is harmful, but that doesn't mean that we have to allow people to openly harm other people and be fucking racist to other people and misgender other people on purpose. It's like, why allow that? Why allow someone to purposely not even one. Typically, it's a lot of people going out, a trans woman, and being like, you're not a... Imagine just having hundreds of voices just being like, you're not a woman. Like, when you're a woman, you are a woman. You are a woman, you're tied, you're like, I'm a fucking lady. And the thing is, you don't owe it really to anybody to be like, I'm gonna go chop off my penis and have a vagina. Like, not everybody wants to do that.
But nobody owes it to you to call you a woman. I don't have to call you a woman. Or like, I don't have to call my mom a woman or my sister a woman. I could call them... Nobody owes you anything, is the thing.
It's weird when you call them a man, though, when they're not a man, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect who they are.
It doesn't affect who they are, but you're going to be weird and you're going to be a piece of shit if you're going to be out here calling people the wrong gender.
Yeah, but I think people should be able to do that. I'm not justifying it,
I
but
mean-
in free speech, you have the ability to be a dick if you want to be a dick.